Kampala.
Thank you, Hubert Ziwe. As we await what will come out from government on Thursday, let's take a look at how our people at the airport are being hit hard by the COVID-19. Well, the Director of Airports and Aviation Security in the Civil Aviation Authority wants government to halt all international flights in order to prevent the importation of the COVID-19 illness into Uganda. Entebbe, that is, Engineer Ayub Soma's request follows observations by the Health Minister that the Entebbe Airport doesn't fully meet all the guidelines while dealing with the passengers at Entebbe International Airport. Our reporter, Ivan Walanyolo, has more in this report.
Well, a very good morning to you, Ramio, and our viewers. Morning at NTV continues. At this time, we are coming to you from Entebbe International Airport, where we are still witnessing the expansion of the Entebbe International Airport. Progress ongoing. But just if I can brief you back, in 2014, the Entebbe International Airport started on the expansion project. And earlier last year, we had it from the Civil Aviation telling us that part of the completed sections that includes the cargo center and the passenger terminal were supposed to be complete by December, handed over for operation, and we did not see this come to pass. We also just a day ago saw the Minister of Health, as you know, she's making efforts to, control the deadly COVID-19 coronavirus to come into the country, come to inspect the screening process at the Entebbe International Airport. But partly she said among the things they have to also work on is the congestion that probably could lead to a transmission of the virus. And she said they have to seek an alternative of the screening process, have more other places, set outside so that congestion does not come through. Among their guidelines, they say that at least a meter should be kept between the passengers who are coming into the country as the screening process goes on. But of course, we want to seek response from the Civil Aviation Authority. Did they take note of that? Does that become an idea for them to think about? And partly I am standing in one of the beautiful structures. This is the newly constructed passenger terminal that is soon going to be handed over. But I want to quickly switch to someone who is going to respond to all of these questions. I have on set the engineer of aviation and airport security, Engineer Ayub, with me on set. Engineer, welcome with me on Morning at NTV.
Thank you.
Why did you not manage to hand over the cargo center and the passenger terminal for operation, as you said last year?
Thank you. First of all, this place, exactly where we are, is called the remodification for the passenger terminal building. This area is supposed to handle the arrivals, the departures, the offices, including the offices of the Uganda Airlines. Now, because of the new challenges that came in the requirements, and especially of having a raised road, it made the project to be extended. And also, due to other modifications which were required, which came in, also gave new challenges. And therefore, currently, we are having what we call the remodification works, or the rescoped works, which are to be completed by end of May 2020. However, the entire project is expected maybe to be completed.
But engineer, just before you switch on to that, I think when you said in December these two facilities were supposed to be complete, I thought they were at a certain percentage that probably would see maybe 1 or 2 months extension. Now, if you're saying to May, how far have we gone with that?
It is because of the new stakeholder requirements that indeed made the building not to be completed as required.
Okay, but then lastly, the entire project. Give us an update.
The entire project of this is the remodification. Then we are having the upgrade and expansion of Entebbe International Airport. That project, which we started in 2014, and it was scoped to take 5 years. Currently, we are progressing on very well, and now the main challenge that is on the project is because we had a halt in the payment of the contractor from the Exim Bank. Now, a renegotiation team was formed to represent the government to renegotiate the loan clauses. And this was done, and that alone made a delay in the project. Also, the new requirement at the cargo center is also going to further make a new delay in the process.
The Minister for Health, Jane Ruth Acheng, was inspecting the screening process. Partly, she said that one of the things they have to work upon is the congestion, and that this comes at a time when you people are saying there is delay in the expansion. Did you take note of that, and how are you making sure that, you know, what she said has to be implemented? Is there space, as she asked?
Yes, as you may know, that the terminal building was constructed in 1972 and completed in 1974. At that time, Entebbe was having a very low passenger traffic. Currently, the building is overwhelmed. Therefore, at the arrival, we are having a small space, which was even further increased during the Commonwealth government meeting, the CHOGAM meeting. However, we have taken note of the minister's observation, and also the DFID, the World Food Program, and other partners have come in to help in order to have a new screening area that will go in accordance to the regulations of 1 meter separation from each other. So we will fulfill that through that mechanism.
Give us a brief as well. We have coronavirus now in the neighborhood. As the people in regulation of the aviation industry, are we getting affected in maybe in terms of travels here at the Entebbe airport?
The COVID-19 has hit the aviation industry globally. And of course, here at Entebbe International Airport, it has affected us as some of the flights have reduced their number of flights. That alone shows that there is an impact. And even when you are at the arrivals or the departures, you will see that there is a tremendous reduction in travel. However, we can see, since the neighborhood are also already, they have confirmed presence of the COVID-19, it means that further there is going to be stringent measures for us to allow people to enter the country. And also, there will be quarantine of the people who will be entering into Uganda. So this will further make difficult for other people to come in. However, it is very important also to advise those who are planning to come to Uganda to postpone their journeys. And even the Ugandans who want to travel out, it is very important that they do postpone their travels.
Engineer, but partly just as you're fighting people, you know, the virus from entering, with people who are coming from outside the country, how generally are you also treating the COVID-19 prevention here generally with workers at the Entebbe International Airport?
We are using a number of mechanisms. One of them is the stakeholder engagement at the Entebbe International Airport, in which we make awareness of the COVID-19 to all our stakeholders, all our staff, and everybody, including the passengers who pass through Entebbe International Airport. Secondly, we also ensure that we are providing the supplies or the sanitizers that they can use, that immediately they reach at Entebbe International Airport, they sanitize themselves, they wash their hands, and also we make sure that people do not stand very close to each other in order to avoid contamination.
Engineer Soma Ayubu, thank you very much for talking to us on Morning at NTV. I am told you would not have to shake hands, but we will leave that go. But thank you very much for your time with us on Morning at NTV. Please.
Thank you.
Wow. Rami, I think you get it from Engineer Soma, the guys who are behind the expansion process, giving us updates on how far they have gone with the expansion process here. But partly also coronavirus that remains a subject of discussion all over the globe, but also back here at home. We have not to keep a deaf ear, you know, on that. So we heard it from him. But just like I said, 1 day ago when the Minister for Health, Jane Ruth Acheng, was here speaking that congestion could probably lead to a transmission. And they have told us that they are also working around the clock to see that coronavirus is contained and Uganda shall not register any case. If we pray to that. I want to hand over back to you in the studio, standing at the passenger terminal here at Entebbe International Airport. Take it from me. A very good morning to you and our viewers.
Morning once again. Ivan Walunyolo reporting right there. He was talking to Asub Soma. He's an engineer who has actually called for the halting of all international flights.